I'm really excited. My name is Katie Huff, and I have been with Legal Shield since 1999. My background is that I'm a registered nurse, and I went into selling pharmaceuticals with a major pharmaceutical company for 4 years. And so I started out on a part-time basis, and then within a short period of time, I got downsized. It was like 4 years, which I was grateful for. I don't know how many people you know that are grateful for being downsized, but I was grateful. And the reason why is because it gave me the opportunity to jump into Legal Shield full-time. And the beauty of our business, obviously, as you know, is the fact that we have multiple divisions of our company, right? Right. That's why all of you are in this room for the employee benefits side or the B2B side, which is awesome, because the thing is that we have such a unique opportunity to impact thousands of people's lives through employee benefits. I am very grateful to say I have my 7,000 golden app, which is, I tell you that to inspire you, hopefully, to know that even in the state of Montana, with less than 1 million people, there is a huge opportunity, regardless if you are in Montana, or Florida, or Nashville, or anywhere across this country, or Indiana, yes, okay? So, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that you all showed up, and so what I'm going to talk to you today about is some resources, the best resources to get the decision maker, because here is what the reality is, gang. And I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me on this, is the fact that if your decision maker doesn't say yes, does it really matter if you have an enrollment? The fact is you're not going to have an enrollment, right? Exactly. So the thing is in our business, we have to do 2 presentations to get a yes and a yes. Yes? Yes. So the first yes, obviously, is the decision maker. And hopefully for many of you, you've been through the process in the first 2 trainings that was showing you information to the calls, warm calls, cold calls. And now what I'm going to do is share with you how I have used resources that I think are absolutely amazing with our company. Now I'm here to tell you, when I started full-time in 2004, the tools we had in 2004 are nothing like what we have today. So you can say amen. Amen. Because the tools we have now are amazing. So when I am getting ready, or what I want to share with the decision maker, is a couple different things. And Jim, you can go ahead and show that one article. Hopefully you all have seen this before, yes? Yes. Who has not seen this? Okie dokie. Ooh, this is good. So this is why you need to know about this particular article, because there is a sentence, and I do have one. Hang on. Right here, right up here, and down here. That is the most important line and sentence in this article. Okay, this is Mr. Fernley, who you're going to see tomorrow, our president. And what it says is this: personal issues such as divorce, bankruptcy, and child custody issues cost American businesses more than $300 billion in lost hours due to absenteeism, lost productivity, and morale issues, according to the American Institute of Stress. So, Mr. Business Owner, I'm sure that some of your employees have divorce, bankruptcy, child custody, personal issues that are obviously impacting them on the job, that they're taking time away from the job that impacts your bottom line. Yes? Yes. Yes. So this particular article is a huge resource, because here's the deal. We are all hopefully very passionate about what we're doing. And so they can hear our music more than they can hear what you're saying. And you all are wonderful salespeople. However, the blessing is that Katie isn't saying 300 billion. The American Institute of Stress is saying 300 billion. So my background being pharmaceutical sales, I used to have to go into every one of those doctor's offices with clinical trials and studies proving why they would want to use the particular medication that I was talking to the doctor about. So this third-party endorsement is huge in the sense that it's telling the business owner that he's losing thousands and thousands of dollars by not having a legal plan that obviously keeps the employees on the job even when they're dealing with personal issues. So how many of you have heard of Tiger Woods? Do you remember how he was at the top of his game and then he hit the bottom, right? Do you remember why? There was a few personal problems, right? So if Tiger Woods was the best and he went from top to bottom, do you think your employees could potentially be not doing so well when they have personal issues? Ask questions is what I would encourage you to do when you're talking to the decision maker, okay? So this resource is in your back office. Ready, everything? Yes, it is. Back office. Yes, it is. All of you are group certified, yes? Yes. Okay, and I wish we had internet, and I apologize that we don't, but there's a story behind that. Meaning it costs thousands to use it in the convention center. So that's just a sidebar. But where you're going to go is you will go into the specialty marketing, go down to group, and this is on the home page, on the front page of the group marketing division. Okay? In your back office. Specialty marketing is the tag at the top. Go down to group. Then it'll pop up and it'll say, will you lower that for me please, Jim? Yep. You'll see where it says California broker, or you'll see where it says legal plans represent winning proposition for employers and employees. So I carry that with me everywhere I go when I go into a decision maker to show them that it's $300 billion a year is lost in absenteeism due to all of these things, and you just read that one sentence, okay? Second resource. You can tell Katie's the little pharmaceutical rep. How many of you guys are using this? Wonderful. The Legal Needs of American Families, also on the back office page. Same place that you're going to find this is this particular tool. Okay? However, you can order these from the corporate office, and the number on the back is 53901. 53901. And that is very important to have because, again, Decision Analyst, who is a third-party consulting firm in North America that serves over many Fortune 500 companies around the world. And they specialize in strategy research, product testing, advertising testing, and marketing optimization using advanced simulation techniques. So that all sounds good, but the bottom line is they are a third party that has done the research to show some statistics which is going to open the eyes of your decision maker. So I always show them this particular second page where it will say 66% of respondents reported that they had to take at least one day off from work in the past year to deal with one or more legal issues. 66%. More than 60% reported they would be interested in purchasing a legal protection plan. 70% of the respondents with a legal benefits plan said they use the service more than 3 times per year. So Mr. Business Owner, 6 out of 10 of your employees have a legal issue, would purchase this issue, or would purchase this benefit, and 70% of them took 3 days off. How is that impacting your bottom line? Okay? These are statistics. I'm a firm believer in the numbers don't lie. And I'll talk to you more about that. The numbers don't lie as in statistics. The numbers don't lie in how many decision maker appointments you need to go on to get one. The numbers don't lie on how many employees you need to get in front of to create the income that you want to. The numbers don't lie. So when you are looking at this particular tool, which I think is phenomenal, I'm so excited about this. This just came out within like probably the last 3 to 4 months, yes? Like it conference in April. Time flies when we're having fun. So this particular brochure, along with Mr. Fernley's article, are two of the resources that I use, and those are the ones that I leave behind even, because those particular tools speak volumes when it comes to numbers of dollars. The thing you need to realize, and I'm sure you do, but I will just remind you, is you need to think about what is in it for the employer. How can I impact this employer's bottom line? Because it's all about their bottom line. Yes?
Yep.
So, the other resource that I use is obviously peace of mind for your employees. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Who has not seen this? I'm so glad you're here. This again is a tool at the home office. And this talks about the need, what the employees are going to get out of it. And again, it reiterates 70% of those enrolled in a group legal plan did not take 1 day off from the job to deal with their personal legal issues. 70%, is that good? Increased productivity. Workers enrolled in a legal plan spent 25% less time resolving their legal matters compared to those who hired an attorney on their own. So Mr. Decision Maker, if you offer this to your employees, you can see that they're going to have reduced absenteeism, increased productivity, their stress is going to be lower because they have peace of mind of knowing they have a lifeline with the 800 number to our attorneys. Does that make sense? Okay? This particular, oh man, I'm not 20 anymore. No.
Darn. No.
53869 maybe? 869. 53869.
Let somebody else look at the key set, so just in case.
Who's 20? Yep. You can you look at these numbers, honey? I think it's 53689. Yeah, that or does anyone have any cheaters?
Right here.
Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, 53869.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
little dyslexic. 53869. And the brochure is for your employees.
This is mine for your employees.
Yeah.
And for you.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you.
Okay, so the whole thing is that you have to have resources, right? Do you guys sometimes fumble and go, what am I going to take into this business owner? What am I going to show him? How am I going to encourage him to offer our benefits? Have you ever had that talk to yourself? Every day, right? So these particular tools are amazing. The flat sheets, you all should know about the flat sheets, yes? Whoa. Whoa. Is that me? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Aren't you glad you came? Yes. You all give yourself a hand. These are the flat sheets.
Miss Huff,
Yes, honey.
it was between you and Mr. and Mrs. Huff. I was kind of
Wow. I can't wait to tell John that. Just kidding. No. It's wonderful. It's all good, right? So here's the deal. These flat sheets are an overview of our services. These you can get from the corporate office as well. The flat sheet actually goes over, it's $20 a month, less than $20 a month. It goes over the unlimited personal business advice, the letters and phone calls, legal documents, trial defense hours, the video law library, forms, service center, and it actually spells out the family matters, the financial matters, the auto matters, all of these things that your employees are dealing with, we can help them with. And the biggest gift you can give them is the wills, the living wills, and the durable power of attorney. Okay? That's a flat sheet, and there's the standard plan, there's the expanded plan, there's the identity theft standard or basic plan, and the premium plan. So you can pick and choose whatever you want. I leave all three with them, with the peace of mind for your employees folder. I have them inside of it, and I give it to the decision maker after I get the yes.
Can I see that for you?
Not at all. Yeah, I don't mind.
So
There you go.
get the yes with it.
Pardon me?
You're not getting the yes with it.
I would leave the decision analyst, the statistics and the decision analyst, and I would leave that. Okay?
So you don't leave the detail of what the...
When I get the gold card signed, I leave the brochures or that particular flat sheets and those different, and that for your employees with the employer, okay? Because he isn't sold until, in my opinion, until he says yes, right? And so then the thing is you're going to want to give him that. The other thing is, now I'm going to share with you some stuff that, would you all agree that there's more than one way to skin a cat?
Yep.
So would you also agree that there's more than one way to do the Legal Shield business in group or in networking? Right? So there's this thing called identity theft. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
My particular approach, and this is just group according to Katie, is that I lead with identity theft. Okay? The reason why is because it creates a sense of urgency and a sense of concern, hopefully. The employer is going to be concerned about their customer and employee's information. Right? They should be. I mean, you are in business, and hackings are happening all the time, right? The big thing is decision makers aren't aware, as 99% of our individuals or employees, they're totally unaware that there's 6 areas of identity theft. They're only focusing on financial credit, right? So the other article that is my favorite is when I show them that employers face liability for 5 kinds of identity theft. Now this is according to Katie. This is huge, and the reason why is because it spells out all 5 areas of identity theft. It spells out the driver's license, social security, medical, character and criminal, and financial. It also spells out most identity theft starts at the workplace. 52% of all identity theft happens at the workplace.
That's scary.
That is scary. So Mr. Business Owner, what are you doing to protect your customers and employees? Deer in the headlight. Okay? Yes, Jim?
What's that called again?
It's from the Society for Human Resource Management, so SHRM is their acronym, and it's called Employers Face Liability for 5 Kinds of Identity Theft.
Wow.
Where did I find that?
Where do we get that?
Where?
Google,
On the internet.
Google, on the internet.
Okay, and what again? Give me the name.
Employers face liability for 5 kinds of identity theft. Okay, now, this is the beauty of it. On the back side, in case you weren't aware of this particular title, Employers Face Liability for 5 Kinds of Identity Theft, obviously speaks volumes, yes? The other thing is on the back, it actually gives the employer the laws that have been passed, such as, how many of you have ever heard of HIPAA, FACTA, Bramley-Fliley, the red flag rules? It's all on here. So I'm not a lawyer. I don't even play one on TV. However, I can give you the information where you get to go and evaluate these laws if you so choose to. However, what you need to do, Mr. Business Owner, is, it says here, steps to take is you need to develop a written data protection plan that includes an appointment of a security manager, provide training for all employees. Before you outsource any company information, investigate that company's, and consider offering an identity theft protection plan as an employee benefit. So Katie, I'm not telling Mr. Business Owner, sure, you obviously have employees, you have HR issues, the Society of Human Resource Management is saying that you need to do these steps. How I can help you, Mr. Business Owner, is I can do the training on identity theft for all of your employees and offer them a benefit. Okay? So best resources, then it isn't about you, it's about the data that backs up what we do. Yes? So those resources are, I think, key. The other thing you want to do is find an article in your local newspaper. For you that don't know, I'm from Lolo, Montana, but Missoula is the main city, and main city in Montana is 80,000. Okay? And I've taken an article and said, did you hear about this gentleman, Mr. Palmer, Jack Palmer? He was in the news last week. Did you see it? It says Missoula man says wrongful arrest hurts relationships and businesses. He was a victim of identity theft in my local market. And so I take a local article from the newspaper because then they can't say, well, that's not happening in Montana. Yes, it is. Okay? So when you think of best resources, who else has another resource that you want to share with everyone that I may have not hit on? But I'll tell you, these are the latest and the greatest tools that we have. Yes, Timmy?
There's a business legal reviews, top 10 best HR practices. Oh, sorry. Business legal reviews, top 10 best, goes on there?
Yep.
Business legal reviews, top 10 best HR practices since 2007 has said, provide your employees with an identity theft solution to help mitigate fines, fees, and penalties. So if you just Google business legal review, top 10 HR practices, it will say that and spell it out to business owners.
Perfect.
Business legal reviews, top 10.
Best HR practices.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
Can we see that paper you just had a second ago?
You want to see my local article?
That, no, not the logo, but paper that you just held up a minute ago that you were just talking about.
We're talking about this. That was the last one.
No, the one,
This was the
that
one before.
That one, the one before. that
Okay.
one. Can
What
I
do you-
see that for a minute?
Sure. Thank you. Okay, anyone else have best resources?
There's one.
Yes, sir.
NBC News, 160 million credit and debit cards. NBC News,
NBC News, 100
60 million
and 160 million
credit and debit cards.
credit and debit cards
Hacked.
hacked.
You can Google that, and you can actually take and send that in an email form, and they can click on it, and it's a 2-minute video.
Perfect.
Brian Williams, and Lisa Miles.
There's a lot of those out there which are great. I don't know about that one, and I thank you for telling us that.
Yes.
I have one actually for medical identity theft. I have one for character and criminal identity theft. I have one for driver's license and identity theft. I have one for actually every area of identity theft. Okay?
Video?
A video or?
Video and article, one or the other. I have something to back up
Yeah.
that particular area of identity theft. So for example, I have an article on character and criminal identity theft. There was a gentleman driving down the road in Port Orchard, Washington. He got pulled over for an illegal left turn. The cops told him to step out of the car. He asked why, and they said, you're under arrest. He said, what for? And they said, you're a wanted sex offender. 15 years ago, this gentleman lost his wallet out of his car. The man that found it has been using his name as an alias for the last 15 years as a sex offender. Do you think you may need a lawyer? Okay, so every time I tell a story, what I try to do is connect the legal, because 80% of the time you're a victim of identity theft, you're going to need a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer for credit and financial identity theft for the most part, not always. That's the easier one to recover from, yes?
Yes.
And that's because the institutions are notifying us when I was in Vegas and wanted to buy my cowboy boots. And they shut me down immediately because Katie doesn't do a lot of buying of things in Las Vegas, right? So those financial credit catches it really quick, yes? But the other ones, that's when they're gonna be needing the lawyers, okay? So that's the best resources. Now what I wanna share with you, because I wanna obviously keep us on track, is I am going to talk to you about posturing and about intentions of the meeting. So, will you share with them my little video? So I want to talk to you briefly about personal development. What are you telling yourself in your head? Because here's the difference between writing 7,000 apps and trying to get a group open. Is this. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Okay? So, you need to know that, like those videos that I love, that you may be working harder than you ever will, but you know what? It is your business, and it will set you free. And you can will this 2 generations to your family. And that in itself should be such a huge motivator for you, yes?
Yes.
And that you have to get in your head and say, If it's meant to be, it's up to me. So I'm going to get my resources, I'm going to study my resources, I'm going to work in the field with someone. I know I can do this. You set your intention that your goal is for that decision maker to say yes. You walk in with that attitude. You know that you're here to have abundance and prosperity and not just struggle, yes?
Yes.
And so, if you're having a bad day, then you need to probably figure out how you can change your mind, how you can change your feeling. So if that's like putting on some rock and roll music, then do it. If that is playing with the grandkids or the kids, then play with them. I have a little puppy and she chews on my ear and it makes me happy, and so I then can change my attitude. I know it's kind of weird, right? But that's my kid. But the point is that truly, ask and it is given. Seek and you shall find.
Yep.
And knock and the door will be open.
Open.
So you need to knock and knock and knock and knock. My first enrollment was not pretty. And guess what? Your first is only the first one time. Amen. Right? I went into a real estate company. I didn't have pins, nor did they. How many apps do you think I got? Right? So the point is that people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. Yes?
Yes.
So that one particular paper that I gave you that has the relationship in the center, okay? And then it says, you need to bring value to that business owner. That's why I'm saying, what is in it for the business owner? Hopefully, through your relationship with them, you're going to create that they'll respect you and they'll trust you with the rapport, by building rapport, and that you'll build a relationship. Because we're there to help the business owner reduce their risks, increase their bottom line, and offer an incredible benefit to their employees. And I can help you with these particular steps by training all your employees on the 5 areas of identity theft and offer them a benefit. You need to go in with these thoughts. I will get the meeting. When I get the meeting, I will bring value. When I bring value, I will get the sale. And by the end of the meeting, you will have a date set for the enrollment and have at least one referral. Okay? Date set for the enrollment and at least one referral. Those are some goals that I would encourage you to obviously go in with the mindset that, you know, the little train that goes up the mountain says, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Instead of thinking, you can, I can, I can, I can, and I will, and this is what will happen. So the thinking is so important. So you need to check in with yourself. How are you feeling about yourself? Are you feeling that you're going to get this enrollment this date? And if you're not really feeling that, then do whatever it takes to change your thinking. This is so much about what's in your head. I guarantee you, here's an example. When I do training in the group enrollment as a group vice president, if we all have the same service and the same product to offer to all of the employees, yes?
Yes.
We all have the same company and commissions. So there's some that are making 100,000, and then there's some that are, you know, trying to get their first group, and we all had our first group. So when you look at who are the top producers, it's not because it was an easy road, and like you're going to get, you know, grit your teeth and know that, you know, you're going to go through the numbers and you're going to have the activity, but when you go in and you show that employer that you care, they don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. Okay? So when you say to them, Mr. Business Owner, I'm here because I want to talk to you for 15 minutes, 14 minutes, 13, pick a number, and say to help you reduce your risks, increase your bottom line, and offer your employees an incredibly unique benefit that will keep them on the job. If you have 15 minutes, I'll show you how I can help you reduce your risks and impact your bottom line. And oh, by the way, there's no direct cost to you. Okay? There's no direct cost to you. That's very important because they're sitting there going, okay, how much is this going to cost me? Yes?
Yes.
So when you say to them, there's no cost to you, your employees get to pick and choose if they want it. So when I've gone in and said, I'm here to reduce your risks, protect your company, increase your bottom line, and implement this training that is required by the Society of Human Resource Management, which I think she has.
We passed it.
Perfect.
The gentleman came up and got it.
Okay.
Back.
Mister, could I have that, please? Thank you. Appreciate it, really. So, when you're showing him that, and you say,
Should I begin? Yeah, increase the potential.
I'm hearing it. So I would say this. Tell me your name, hon.
Asanta.
Asanta. I'm going to say, Asanta, how are you?
Fine.
I'm Katie. I'm here with Legal Shield. The reason why I'm here is because I'm helping companies just like yours reduce their risks, increase their bottom line, and set up a written privacy and security plan that will protect you in the event that one of your customers or employees has an identity theft issue. What are you currently doing to protect your customers and employees in regards to identity theft?
Right now.
I'm sorry. That was awesome.
Yes, rewind.
Wait a moment.
So I would say, Mr. Business Owner, my name is Katie. I'm here with Legal Shield. The reason why I'm here is because I'm working with companies like yours in helping them reduce their risks in regards to identity theft and helping protect your company and implement a written privacy and security plan in the event that you have customers or employees that have an identity theft issue. What are you doing currently in regards to identity theft? And they're going to look at you like a deer in the headlights. That's what we do in Montana. Okay? And then you can say, well, if you have 13 minutes, I'd like to show you the things that are, according to the Society of Human Resource Management, says that you need to have certain things in place. And if you have 13 minutes, I'd like to be able to show you what you need to do. I sit down with them and I say to them, Mr. Business Owner, here's the situation. I'm sure you're not aware that there's 5 areas of identity theft. Is that correct? He goes, yes. And you say, well, here's the 5 areas. Social Security, driver's license, medical, character and criminal, and financial. So, what that means is that you need to have, according to this article, you need to have someone who's going to be in charge of your information, appoint a security manager, provide training for the employees, and before you outsource any company functions, you investigate that company. But the 5th step is also offer an identity theft protection as an employee benefit. So I can help you in training all of your employees and offering them an identity theft protection program. And there is no direct cost to you. When do you meet with your employees? And you don't say another thing. And you wait until he tells you when he meets with his employees. And if he says, I don't meet, you say, can you see the need for potentially setting up a time that we can meet with your employees? And then you ask the questions like, how many employees do you have? How many shifts do you have, depending on the type of work that you're in? And then you say to them that you're there to help them implement this, and there's no direct cost. And so you can set up this date that on August 5th, we'll set up 4 different settings because we don't want to decrease your productivity. We want your employees to stay on the job and not impact your bottom line. I'm here to protect your company, reduce your risks, and impact your bottom line. Protect your company, reduce your risks, and impact your bottom line. Say it. Protect your company, reduce your risks, and impact your bottom line. Yeah? So what we'll do is you have 40 employees and we'll have, say, 2 to 3 sessions. We're going to have 15 of your employees on this time at 8. At 9:30 we'll do another 15, and at 11 we'll do the last 15, and we'll have them sign off that they went to a training on August 2nd, 2013, identity theft training. You put it in a file because I'm going to help create a paper trail for you. That written privacy and security plan. And then I'm going to say, oh, and let me explain to you about the benefit. It's $5.98 a week for your employees. 60% of them will opt in, as it says in the statistics, and that's what we found out. Regardless of type of work or income, 60% of your employees will want this. Why is that? Because of this. Because we are offering your employees, okay, I've given you guys all my tools and sorry, here we go. So that, because according to this, we're going to give your employees a will and a living will. 80% of your employees don't have a will. Your employees, 50% of them have a legal issue right now. So they can call an 800 number and talk to the attorneys for any reason and get their answers and to their questions, keep them on the job. That obviously impacts your bottom line, their productivity, and the absenteeism. They get to pick and choose if they want it. It's a payroll deduction, and it's month to month, so there's no risk. And so, when can we set up that date to meet with your employees? Does it make sense? And you ask them, does it make sense? You get their buy-in. Yes, Timmer?
So when they say our employee assistance program does consultations with identity theft and some legal services as well, what do you say to them?
He says, I'm glad to hear that you have an EAP. That's great. However, would you mind if I compare the two so you can understand and appreciate the comprehensiveness of our program? And then you go into the fact that it's wonderful that you have an EAP. You want to applaud them instead of going, man, that stuff stinks. You know, I only get 3 calls. So you compliment them, and then Timmer, I just say, you know what? This covers the whole family, you know, kids up to 23, and you go through the 23, the 21, 18, spouse. This covers trial defense, this covers, you know, traffic moving violations, and you go through it because the EAP is very minimal. And so when you compare the two, and you're going to want to know that. That's a great point that Timmer brings up. You want to ask the decision maker, do you have an EAP? Because this is what happened to me just a week ago. In the middle of this presentation, and you know, people were signing up, but a lot of them weren't. And I found out that they had an EAP. So all of the employees were saying that they thought that, you know, they didn't need to purchase a legal plan because they have it. But they don't have the identity theft plan usually in an EAP.
I was just reading one the other day they did. It was a 30-minute consultation. That was about it.
Right. And here's the other thing that you're going to want to talk about is that our coverage is so different than anything else. We have restoration. That means that your employee is going to stay on the job. They're not just going to get advice and consultation when it comes to identity theft. Our experts will do the legwork to keep your employee on the job. On an average, your employee will be away from the job 607 hours if they don't have our benefit. Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, totally. I had another question. As an employer, if an employee becomes a victim of identity theft, do they by any type of law have to allow them time off work? I've heard that thrown around at different times.
I'm not aware of any.
Okay.
It could be a state-to-state law, but I don't know of any law that says you have to allow. The only law I know is when you have a kid and they have maternity or paternity leave. That's when they can. But when it comes to identity theft, I have not heard that. I would doubt that that exists. Okay?
Different, same thing.
Okay, I haven't heard that. Yes, ma'am.
As far as the training in the 5 areas of identity theft, how extensive, how much time do you spend on the training, and what does your training consist of?
I go through an example each. So, and I'm in and out of there within 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? I say, you know, there's 5 areas. There's driver's license. So when your van it says, you know, clean sweep on the side and they get pulled over for hit and run in Louisiana and they've never been to Louisiana, your truck's going to be on the side of the road. Okay, medical. Every one of your employees, you're offering medical insurance, right? Well, here's the story of a woman that lost her driver's license. The woman found it, went into the hospital, delivered a meth-addicted baby, left the baby. Child Protective Services called the woman to say, we're coming to pick up your other 4 kids because you're an unfit mother because you just left your baby. Obviously, that particular lady was a victim of 4 out of the 5 areas of identity theft. She was driver's license, Social Security is the only one we don't know. So driver's license, medical, character, criminal, and financial. She got the bill. And then there's, of course, the character and criminal one I already gave you with the wanted sex offender. And then, obviously, the Social Security, you know, it's the #1 crime in America in the state of Arizona. Now, some people are claiming it from Florida. I don't think I'd get into an argument over first or second if I were you. But the point is that when I was in Arizona, it was really easy, to be honest with you, because I'd say, are you aware that your state is #1 in the country for identity theft? And they're just like, you're kidding. And I'm like, no. It was like shooting fish in a barrel, in my opinion, in Arizona, because they were just not aware. So then you're able to say, I can help you reduce your risk, protect your company, and implement a written privacy and security plan. And this is how we can do it. Does that answer your question?
Actually, I was asking more for when you're doing the employee enrollment. What kind of training are you doing?
I go over those 5 areas.
Okay.
And I'm not supposed to talk to you about enrollment, but
Okay.
I have like 10 minutes. Do you want me to do that, or what would you rather me? I want to stay on task.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any other questions regarding resources, your intention, your thoughts, and the enrollment? I gave you a copy of a particular enrollment. So here's what this one says. Hello, my name is Katie. I am with Legal Shield. I am here today to discuss with you how I can reduce your risks in regards to identity theft, protect your company, and increase your bottom line with no direct cost to you. If you have 15 minutes, I would like to show you how I have helped many other companies like yours implement the training that is required. Okay? And I walk in. Katie walks in. I don't do this over the phone. Okay, so everyone can choose what they want to do, but this is my belief. Again, when you show that circle, I feel that I can create a better relationship like this than smiling and standing up, which you need to do when you're calling. If you're going to call, you need to smile, but every geography is different. Okay, yes sir.
You're saying this is the gatekeeper?
This is to the owner. This is
Decision maker.
this is the decision maker.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like that for a second. Okay.
No.
Because you're saying you got 15
Yeah, no,
minutes.
I'm to talk, I'm saying to the decision maker, if you have 15 minutes, I'd like to talk to you about how I can reduce your risks, increase your bottom line, and implement a written privacy and security plan. So, and you know what I'll tell you is a lot of times I then get the appointment right then and there. Because I'm saying, I'm going to show you how to reduce your risks, and here's the article that says that this is what you need to do. Do you have 10, 15 minutes? I can show you. And you sit down, and that's when I say, I am sure you've heard of identity theft, haven't you? You get them nodding their head. Are you aware that there are certain requirements you need to have in place to reduce your risks as a business owner with customer and employees' information? Sure. There are 5 areas of identity theft, and it names them. When your employees are a victim of identity theft, they will be away from the job approximately 607 hours, which will impact your bottom line. The first step is to provide trainings for all employees and have them sign up that they have been through training that is required. Then offer an employee benefit that will keep them on the job when they are a victim of identity theft or when they have a legal issue like bankruptcy, child support, divorce. What specific needs do your employees have that have come to you for help? The reason why you're asking that is because remember that $300 billion is lost because of divorce, bankruptcy, child support. You're wanting to get him to tell you what issues his employees have had so you can address those.
What if they say, oh, I don't really hear any issues?
You say, well, I'm glad to hear that because it doesn't put you in a liable position. However, according to statistics, it says yada, yada, yada. Okay? And so then you find out what they are, and then you say, we have a solution to help your employees reduce their absenteeism, increase their productivity, and reduce your risks. We can set up required attendance, meetings, review the 5 areas of identity theft, review how we can help your employees with their personal legal issues, and offer them a solution with the payroll deduction benefit with a month-to-month commitment at 83 cents a day. According to the Decision Analyst study, it shows, so when do you meet with your employees? And hush. Because the first person that talks loses. We can implement this program for your company and employees on this date. You have your date timer. You say, I'm available on this date, at this time and this time. Will that work best for you? And at the end you say, does this make sense? Okay? Okay, I have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, the quick question is kind of 2 things. Number 1, you said after that meeting you want a referral. Okay, so maybe what's one question or seed you can drop to get a referral when you walk out of that meeting?
I plan to seed by saying, so Mr. Business Owner, at the end of this, hopefully you will be satisfied with what we've done to protect your company and reduce your risks. And so I would ask if maybe you have some friends that are also in business that you might be able to refer me to, so I can help them as much as I have you. Because I'm here to help. We're here to help. If you start by saying, I'm here to help you and your company, instead of I'm here to sell you, Okay? Yes, Huff?
Okay, a couple of quick questions. One, with a larger company, I have to talk to HRs more than business owners. And a lot of them don't seem to care about the bottom line or the risk. Do you vary your approach at all for HRs?
No, I don't. And I give them the information. But what you're going to ask them is, do you have the decision to be able to tell me when we can meet with your employees? Do you have the authority to make this decision? If they don't have the authority, then you're going to ask them, who has the authority? Because I really need to get this in their hands, because if there, God forbid, was a breach, you would want to protect your company, right? Because her job might not be there if the company gets shut down, right? So then you ask them, okay, so what is your tolerance for risk?
That's good.
What is your tolerance for risk? So if they're thinking they don't need it, or it's not important, what is your tolerance for risk? You just ask them. Yes, ma'am.
Northeast is very, very big in unions. And some of the answers that I get when I ask about setting up a meeting, especially using the word required, is, oh, no, I can't require anything. That's all in the hands of the union. How do you handle that?
You go to the union. Go to the union. I have union. I come from a blue-collar community in Butte, Montana, and it is like 80% union. And I go to the unions and say, I can help your members of your union to keep them on the job, to keep them productivity, and you go through the reasons why.
Okay.
And they can do it as a group, and they can get a reduced rates, and it's out of their bank draft, obviously, because there's not an employer-employee type of relationship. Yes?
Do you find that the unions feel more empowered with legal membership?
I think so, absolutely, because
That's part of the reason.
that's the reason why they have a union.
No, it's part of the reason why they're saying yes to you.
Yes, and that's why they have a union representative, that you're going to take the weight off of the union representative having to deal with the legal issues of the employee that has like a disgruntled situation. Okay? Yes?
How do you handle the enrollment with the union? Because it's not like they have occasional meetings or...
Yeah, they do. And so you're going to want to create a relationship with the president of the union and then say to the union president, when are you meeting with your with your members? And one of my schools had a open enrollment with all the members of, which was like 450 teachers that were coming through. And so you set up your table at an open enrollment in the union meeting hall and talk to them about the benefit of our...
But unions represent all kinds of different companies too, right? So that can get you into...
It can open up other unions, potentially. It depends on, ours was a school union, and then there's the electrical union, and there's, different types of unions. Yes, ma'am?
Do you use the same approach if a company has declined or say, for instance, well, we're not worried about legal issues, we're worried about health issues right now? Would you use that same?
Health issues?
Or...
And I'd say, with the health industry, I can appreciate why you would be, because it's kind of a mess right now. Would you agree? Yes. So let's empower and give your employees peace of mind with something that you don't have to worry about the rates. You're not paying. It's not out of your pocket. It impacts your bottom line because it keeps your employees on the job. And if they have a health issue, maybe it's due to a legal issue.
That's good.
That we can help with. And when they say, well, my employees, I heard someone say, well, my employees don't want this. Well, let me tell you something. The difference is this. Well, I had them say, well, we have a 401k and they don't buy into this. Why would they buy your stuff? I'm like, that's exactly why you want to offer it. Because I'm telling you that your employees aren't worried about retirement today. What they're worried about is how they're going to pay their mortgage, how they're going to get out of bankruptcy, how they're going to deal with this divorce. They're dealing with this right now. We can help your employees right now, and the rates never go up. So, Mr. Business Owner, according to the study and in my experience, 60% of your employers are going to opt in for this because there is no risk. Let me remind you, it's month to month. Do you see how my posture is?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll tell you what. It's just like you want to say, bring it. Well, I'll show you. It's a transfer of belief. Your employees need this. Let me help you impact your bottom line. Let me empower your employees. Let's have a great benefit that they can use, and they're going to need this benefit when your medical insurance company says they're not going to take care of it because it's pre-existing.
Amen.
Yeah? Yes, hon. I'm sorry?
What if they're working through a benefits broker?
That's great. I'm pretty sure that your benefits broker doesn't offer what we do.
don't try to get to the benefit broker.
I'm getting the group first, then I'm going to the benefits broker and say, hey, did you know that I just offered your benefit, or my benefit to your company? You might want to take a look at what I'm doing. Get the money first, honey. Then you get recruited. Yeah? Okay.
We're out. We're done.
We are out of time.